guys, it's Gabby and Gelato and Sherbert, and today's video is going to be an update video on the rabbits. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would know that Gelato did get sick. He's not fully recovered yet, but he is definitely like 80% better than he was. So this video is just going to basically like tell you guys everything that will happen. So I'm going to start with the 3 updates that don't really have to do with Gelato, but they do, just not on his sickness. But so the first thing is that we moved the rabbit cage into the bedroom, into my bedroom, and we moved them in there because it was super hot. It was like 100 degrees where they were, and it was just super hot, and they would come inside anyways in their X pen, so there was really like no point of it because they would like stay in for like days, and then they would go back outside like when it wasn't that hot. So there was really no point of doing that, so they've just moved into my bedroom now, and I'm super happy about that because after what happened to Gelato, I could keep an eye on him, so that was good. The next update is that I switched their hay to orchard grass hay from Timothy hay because the Timothy hay gave me really bad allergies and it was super annoying. I'm glad that's over. It still gives me like a little bit of allergies. I think that's just because it's hay, but it did definitely help a whole lot, so that's good. And the last one, besides Gelato getting sick, is that I wanted to take the vlogs off of Wednesdays and just do it like whenever something happens, because doing it every week is kind of hard for me. Doing 3 videos a week is kind of hard, especially if something like Gelato gets sick or something. That's going to make it even harder. So I'm going to do vlogs like if something happens, like we go to the beach, or it's my birthday, or it's Bunny's birthday, random things like that. So yeah, guys, the story of how Gelato got sick. So it started off around a couple weeks ago that I noticed that Gelato was starting to get flakes on his ears, and the flakes were pretty big. They were like size of something there. They're pretty big. They're bigger than they normally should be. If he got flakes from dry skin, that's what I thought it was. So I put coconut oil on it and it helped a little bit, but it started getting worse. But it's probably just dry skin, and I told my parents, and it wasn't like that big of a deal. So, and then a couple days later, after I noticed that, his head started to tilt, and I thought that was kind of weird. Maybe he's just like being silly or something. I thought he was just being weird, because Sherbert was grooming him when I noticed it, so I thought he was probably just like tilting his head so she can groom him or something like that. It didn't really like cross my mind, but then, and the funny thing is I had just watched a video from 101 Rabbit's channel on her rabbit. Her rabbit got head tilt, and I didn't really like put 2 and 2 together. And then the next day it started getting worse, and its head was like tilted the whole time, and that kind of scared me a bit. So I was gonna look it up in the morning because it was like midnight. So don't judge. It's summer vacation. So yeah, and so then I woke up at like 7 because she was playing with her toys. They keep waking me up, which is annoying me up like in the middle of the night because she's playing with her toys all the time. So that's kind of annoying, but she woke me up and I noticed that Gelato's head was like really tilted, like it was worse than it had ever been. And that kind of like, it's like I gotta look this up right now. So I looked it up on my phone, and it said like your rabbit has head tilt, you gotta take it to the veterinarian and all this stuff, and it said it could come from ear infection, and I knew like, oh, that's probably what the flakes were in his ears, and probably had ear infection. I told my mom, and then I think it was that night that I think it was the night after that day, that I noticed that the water in his bowl he wasn't drinking as much, because when I had separated the bunnies, when they were separated from each other, Sherbert would drink like half the bowl of water because she doesn't really drink that much. She's a tiny bunny, and the bowl was like half full, like how much Sherbet would drink and a little bit more, and the whole extra bowl. And usually now they usually drink both the bowls by the time I wake up. They only had like half of them full, and I thought that was kind of weird. So he was only drinking a little bit of water, but he was eating just fine. He was eating hay just fine, but he just wasn't drinking water. So I thought that was weird. So around that night, I picked him up to go, like put syringe feed him water, and when I picked him up, he started squirming, and thank God my bed's like 2 feet away from the cage, so it was like this much, and so I hurried up and I put him on my blanket, and I put him on my blanket, and he just like laid there, and he didn't move. He just like laid there, and it kind of scared me a bit because it kind of scared me a bit, and he just like, he wouldn't move. He just laid there like he was asleep or something. I don't know. It scared me really bad, but. And then I told my parents, and then we were going to take him to the vet early in the morning, 30 minutes away, because the only vet that we have in town is a dog and cat veterinarian. So we're going to book an appointment in the morning, and we're going to take him to the one that we had took them to go get spayed and neutered. But that one is not like an exotic veterinarian. Like, it was kind of weird. So we did end up taking them to a different one. They were really nice there, and they told us a bunch of stuff. And I thought that Gelato had Slurhawks, which is basically like a red scab or callus thing on the back of their foot and their hawk. Can't be on the front of their feet. But I thought he had Slurhawks, and the veterinarian said that he didn't. But I still think he does, because like I stopped applying the chlorhexidine on them, and they kind of got worse. Like, they're more red, and I don't know. And he said that he just lost fur on his feet, but why would he lose fur on his feet? Because most like, I've never heard of a rabbit that just lost fur on their foot in a circle. And he did have fur on his feet, and it was covering the Slurhawk, but then he just lost fur right there. So I do think he has Slurhawks, and Sherbert actually got Slurhawks too, I think, because they're like red and they're same as Gelatos. So yeah, I don't know. And so he got 2 shots, which I hate needles, so it's kind of hard to watch him. So he got 5 medications. So he got the probiotic, the antibiotic, the pain, the parasite, and the multi thing. I don't know how to pronounce that, but the probiotic you have to take 2 hours before or after the antibiotic, but I've been doing it after, so basically you have to take all that medication. It's been kind of annoying because he's been having me get up at 8 o'clock in summer vacation, and I've been sleeping in, so I'm not used to that time schedule. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm kind of distracted by him. I'm kind of watching him. But yeah, and the reason why he has to take the parasite medicine is because the veterinarian wanted us to pay like $200 to test if he has parasites, which I didn't think he did, because how would he get them, and test if he did have parasites, and but we didn't do that because it was like $200, and he said that we could just take the parasite medicine just in case he did. He said it would be safe to do that, so we did that because it was a lot cheaper than paying $200 to do that. So we did that, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure it didn't have parasites. So there are 3 causes from getting head tilt, and it was having parasites, which I didn't think he had, the ear infection, which I'm like 99.9% sure that came from that, and also from trauma, and I don't think he had any trauma, like. And so the only thing that's like wrong with him now is he's like he's still a little bit like off, but he's a lot better. Like, he's probably 90% better in his ear. I think he's on the camera, but his ear right here. See how it's flopped down? One of his ears is flopped down. That's where he has to head tilt. Did you attack him, Sherbert? Don't seem so innocent. After that, there's a bird right there. What?
Mom called you.
For what?